All right, I am going to do some, I guess, pre-show of the Eastern Iowa Orchid Show. I'm here on Friday. I did not help with setup, but I drove here with Alex so we can be here bright and early for judging tomorrow morning, and I have some orchids in the iOS display, but I didn't help set it up. This right here, I'm going to guess it being the largest display is probably the one for the host society, Eastern Iowa. Since this is before judging, we don't have any labels out yet. You can still see that there's chairs around as people are setting up. This right here is Batavia. It's done. I know this one's Batavia because I saw them setting it up. And then here with Lois in front of it, we'll pass Lois over, is the Illinois display. And I have like 5 plants in this.
I love the snake.
The snake? Where's the snake? Oh, this snake? Right here? Ah. So the Eastern Iowa show has a Halloween theme, so that's why we have some skeletons hovering in the display. There's my little stars up there. Looks like Wisconsin is still working on theirs, so I'm going to pass their display for right now. And this right here, I believe, is the Orchid Growers Guild of Madison. They have, so Ken Cameron grows bog plants, and he brought some pitcher plants. Look at them. And he's got a Venus flytrap over here. I don't know, that actually looks super scary, if you ask me. And in the middle right there is, I believe, Jeff's Cymbidium dianum. We were just talking about it. So I used to have a dianum. He also got his from Carter and Holmes. But, I mean, he can keep his flowers beautiful and fresh for a couple weeks. I could keep them only fresh for a couple days, and it drove me nuts that the flowers wouldn't last. And I actually got rid of my dianum several years ago. But he said he can do a couple weeks, and it is definitely very floriferous. He says he's already cut off like 6 spikes on it. And then over here, I'm not sure, this might be Kansas or Central Iowa, I'm not sure. But here is one more display right there. And you can see their scary scale juice. Ground mealybugs. Spooky. And from someone, I think they said in Central Iowa, there's this beautiful stained glass right here. That's gorgeous. Look at this. Orchid quilts. They find orchid fabric. Here we have a few of the vendors' displays. Look, this. And here's Bill. Here's another vendor display. Oh, Bill's walking quickly to get out of frame. There he is. Yeah, I'm never too sure what vendor displays we're looking at. Here's another one. I love these stitch work orchids. Saw this last year. Those are pretty fabulous. And look, orchid towels. Look at that. That's pretty cool. We also have, let's see, gnats here. They're still setting up. We've got Orchid Trading Company. There's Alex, my carpool. And then we have Anything Orchids over here. All right, I forgot Steve and Jim's display. They always do this little round table right here, all the way around. I think his dead leaf cornucopia last year was really spiff though. And then there's John finishing up the Wisconsin display. So John, I have to know, did you make this case right here?
I made that.
Wow. Because I saw it like disassembled in your van. I was like, this is like crazy when you move it. It's got a base, it's got like humidity control. And then here's John's pièce de résistance, the Wisconsin display. And I think that is everything for the Eastern Iowa show on the day before the show. And if there is time, I will do a video after ribbon judging. All right, that's it from Eastern Iowa. We did ribbon judging and AOS judging, and we are done much earlier this year than in previous years. It's a pretty quiet Saturday here, and the Eastern Iowa Orchid Society got the show trophy. Parts of this exhibit are missing because we pulled plants and then we awarded them, and they're still waiting for their beauty shots, so they're not back in this display yet. But they got the show trophy and a silver certificate. And I think it's a really, really lovely display. You'll have to look at my pre-show video to see it in all its glory. So I judged miniatures today with Andy. So like this little plant right here with the tiny, tiny little flowers, this Pleurophallus. Oh, we can't even see it. Can we get a focus on that? No, it's so hard. They're so small. All right, this, if you can see it, this Pleurophallus arcuata is one of the things that I judged. And I spent a huge time staring inside this chilled box, which we can't reach into because they have wired it shut. But all these cool growers, I judged these. You can see right here, a lot of Restrepias. I got some Scotch tape and I ended up taping the winning ribbons to the outside of this box, I guess the word. And then this was our best of class for that. This is a Dryadella. I don't know what species it is, but it's a Dryadella. Let me see if I can. So see, here's our best of class. Can we, it's not the Platystella repens. Let me see. I don't see a tag. I don't know where the tag is, but look at how many flowers are open on this Dryadella. That is pretty amazing. And I really liked how they put it on the top of this moss pole. Yeah, we took the judging tag off of it, and I just don't see the actual name tag, but it, with the light shining on it, it was just really, really, really excellent presentation. All right, I don't know why this is turned here. I'm just gonna reach in and turn it back. I love the pink color on Cattleya wittigiana. This flower seems that, this plant seems to have some little damage on it. I also got to judge Zygopetalums, which was my last student paper. And here is Debbie DeMello, Honolulu Baby. It's been previously given an AM. And there's a second one right here, and you can just tell that this one's not quite as nice as the first one, as there's a whole bunch of flowers going. Here's a Louisendorf Grex Rhine Moonlight. I really would have liked to see much more open flowers on it. So from the side, you can see that it's really quite clawed, really cupped. And then here's a very interesting, I think this is Stephen Monkhouse breeding, Zygopetalum, or ZGA, what is Zygonesia Happy Bay. So Steve Monkhouse isn't breeding anymore, but I believe that Sunset Valley Orchids has acquired some of his stock. And here's a jumpin' jack, which I have to tell you smells just awesome. So I did bring some plants for the iOS display, including this Catleanthe Adolf Hecker Moby, which I did send to, I pulled it for AOS judging, but it seems to have collapsed a little bit during transit from Chicago to here. And I'll include a photo of what it looked like yesterday morning when I decided I would bring it. And you can see that it was much better presented then than it is now. I also brought my little stars. And I sent my George King Southern Cross, which is only just starting to open. And I had brought this just for judging, but they put it in display anyways. And I really wanted to see what the judges thought of it, because this is a Procatifolia key lime stars, but it has this pink throat. But I have to admit that I broke a sepal on it, so it's not doing great. All right, here's the Madison, the Orchid Growers Guild display, and they brought pitcher plants. So these belong to Ken Cameron. Look at them. And there's this huge concern that judges wouldn't be able to recognize whether these were flowers, quote unquote, or just leaves. And of course, I mean, I've seen pitcher plants flowers and they don't look anything like these. These are all leaves. But there was, I guess, real concern that judges wouldn't know. And look at this, Cymbidium dianum. And a few years ago, Carter and Holmes had this basically Alba dianum that they were selling, and I had one, and I got rid of mine because, you know, my flowers would last 2 or 3 days, and they were just really, really fragile. But Jeff is just such an amazing grower, and he says that he can keep his flowers open for like a couple weeks, of which he's kind of sad because they only last a couple weeks, but that is so much better than I could ever do. And this is a really nice specimen sitting there. I also judged bulbophyllums. And look at this, is the bulbophyllum. We gave what was it, unitubum. It's very interesting, these single flowers. There are 3 bulbos on this table. There's also one, this, what is it, ample bracteum, I think. Here's the flower. I think this is the front of the flower. And then here's a bulbophyllum hybrid over here called Kathy's Gold. And I think this is probably the best example of a flower to look at on it. And I am trying to breathe really shallowly right now because, you know, bulbos kind of stink. All right, there's Niall taking pictures of the awarded AOS plants. He's doing Katie's star right now. That came to my table, so that's my purple handwriting on that award. And then, oh, he's going to do the Pumala now. That was also AOS awarded. That is a really nice Pumala. You turn it. Can I just have a quick look at it? Look at that Pumala. Look at how big it is in Niall's hand.
That's gorgeous.
And I also wrote the award for this Stenoglottis Venus. It's been previously awarded with an HCC, and we elevated it to an AM. Today it has somewhere around 500 flowers and buds on it. And also this, I think this is a frag that was awarded. Oh, this is Memoria Ann Stuckey. So 4 AOS awards today. And I think that's it for the show.